All right, guys. So, as you can see, I still have on the grody, dingy cast. I know people like toe wiggling, right? Because we're all obsessed with toes. I have a ton of signatures. I really like this art on the outside of it that says Patreon. And I know you guys are kind of looking at it from the wrong way. Maybe you guys are. I can't tell. But yes, so let's get started. I have a ton of things that I have to do today. First off, it's kind of interesting. I made an observation while I was there at Patreon. Everybody there had a really nice smile, and I realized that my smile, I have not been taking care of it. I've not been taking care of my mouth. So the first thing I did is I made an appointment today to go see the dentist. It's something that I've been neglecting. It's something that I've been just talking myself out of. It's a really bad habit that needs to change. Secondly, I have to go take a drug test for a new job that I have going on that I start next Monday. So I have to go take a drug test. Then, oh my gosh, there was so much other stuff that I had to do. This is why I need to write stuff down too. It's very important to me that I start writing stuff down, or else this happens. I had an excellent time in LA, meeting so many new different people. Damn it, what was the other thing I needed to get done today? Oh yeah, so I basically need to do like a debrief. I need to go through all of my video. I made a nice Google photo album. I posted that on Patreon. If you want to go see it, it's on Patreon. Don't ask me to buy it normally. Just go to Patreon and buy it. Make my life easy. I've been getting new messages from everybody all over the place asking me, like, oh, can I get casted? And I'm like, sure. So there are two, okay, and I actually remember the other thing. I'm going to say these two first, though. There are two things that you should start off a message if you want to, if you want me to consider casting you. First off, you have to let me know where you're from. 2, if you're coming to Chicago. 3, if you're going to be in Chicago, where are you going to be? And usually a contact phone number is pretty good, because doing things by message can be very slow. Like, if people just people answer the phone, people don't answer messages quickly. So those are the things. Like, if you guys are going to email me, or if you guys are going to Facebook message me, please just put that in your very first message. Like, hey, I'm blah 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 from New Mexico, and I want to get casted in Chicago, and I'm thinking about these dates. Like, right? Or else it just becomes a very long dialogue of me asking you questions. So I'm trying to put this here in one spot so that everybody can know about it, and that it will hopefully save me a bunch of time. And then the other thing is, oh my gosh, what was the other thing? Shit. I was just thinking. Okay. Yes, I remembered. I would like to start a podcast. I originally just thought, well, podcasts are for people who don't want to be on camera. Podcasts are for people who aren't creative, and podcasts are for, I don't know, lazy people, I guess, who don't want to edit anything. It's actually really interesting, because I never realized all of the uses of a podcast until I went to this Patreon thing. So podcasts are great if you're going to download them and listen to them on a plane. I actually tried to do that as we were taking off, and I didn't get enough time to do it. So what else was I going to say? So there's a lot of different uses for podcasting that I never really realized were, okay, this is the other one. So I can literally have a podcast with somebody who is not even near me, right? And you don't have to have a camera. You have to have just a headphones, and you could probably do it with your phone, headphones and a phone. The reason why you need headphones is because you don't want the reverb from somebody else talking into your microphone and then listening to that, and it's kind of messed up. I just did a podcast with Sonny Megatron. I believe that's been published as of Sunday night. I could be wrong, but I know that it's definitely published by now. I will link that down below. Because it was an it was an awesome podcast. I really loved it. I mean, so that's actually what got me like thinking about like doing a podcast. So I have EDM Caster in Vancouver who I messaged last night and I said, "Hey, dude, would you want to do a podcast?" And he was like, "Yeah, but how?" And so we got to talk about some logistical things. You're not really logistics, but just some technical. That's what it is. It's technical. It's the technical side of doing a podcast. Also, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this right now. I realized I can't flex my toes individually. Is that funny? Like I have to flex them all. Maybe my big toe a little bit more. Maybe I just need to like train my foot. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's like they all go down and they all come up. I can't do it like individually. Which is really, really interesting. I'm so sorry, guys. So yeah, I have some more great stuff for both. I posted my whole adventure in my male Patreon, which is Broken Leg Guy or Broken Leg Man, Broken Leg Guy, Broken Leg Man. I think it's Broken Leg Guy. Oh my god, I can't even remember. But yeah, I think it's Broken Leg Guy. Come on, focus, phone. Okay, so I think it's Broken Leg Guy, and then I have the other one that's just Kevin Casters, which is all female, and then I have Broken Leg Guy, which is me. And other like Grant has been on there. But I was actually surprised going through my photo storage is how many male shoots I've actually done. And I mean, I've posted the majority of them. But you know, maybe if I get some more like requests or something like that, or I post a few more previews or something, people will know how many more I've actually done. So, without further ado, I'm going to go out and vote today. If you haven't voted and you're a citizen and you're registered to vote, and if you're not registered to vote and you're allowed to register to vote, why not, right? I'm not going to sit here and get into politics very much. I've realized throughout my life that that's a conversation I don't like to have with people. But go out there and vote today. I'm going to go do that right now. And then I have this dentist appointment at 3, so I'm going to go get my teeth worked on. And then I got to go take a drug test sometime in between those two. It's about noon right now. It's actually like 11, it's coming up on 11:30 right now, Chicago time. The other thing that's really got me really messed up is this whole time change thing. So that we had a time change while I was in LA with the daylight savings time, and then I flew 2 hours into the future. And I was really dreading that day because going backwards, going from leaving Chicago at 10 and arriving there in LA at 1 is definitely in my benefit, right? It makes for more time. But then going into Chicago, flying into Chicago, where actually it's like literally a whole day is gone flying from LA to Chicago. So I deliberately like pushed my flight forward, coming back on Monday. I wasn't feeling the best. I was feeling really jet lagged this morning, so that's actually why I decided not to go into work today. I'm obviously feeling much better, but the day is half over at my place already, so there's no point in going in right now. I guess that's really it. I know I haven't really like done a whole lot of like showing off the cast. Grandma Potty Mouth or Granny Potty Mouth wrote, what did she write? She wrote Danger Zone with 2 arrows, which was also, that was like the start of my other vlog. And then I've obviously had a bunch of people sign it. We're gonna go a little bit darker here so that you guys can see that. It's turned out to be a pretty good. Nobody's drawn on the bottom, which I'm really surprised about. I'm really surprised about that, actually. And a lot of people have drawn on the inside of the cast. And somebody actually wrote business only. Business only, and they drew a star. I believe, I can't remember when that one was. So the other thing, I have to talk about this really, really quick. And I gotta lighten this up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So, I'm on the plane, right? I'm coming back to Chicago, and the stewardess is like, okay, I have to ask what happened. And she was like very determined to get me to. She was like an interrogator, right? Which is really funny because my mom's like this too. And I can't lie. I don't know why. I can't. So I told her, I was like, well, I went to a Patreon conference. I think I forgot, or maybe I just told her right off the bat. I think I just told her right off the bat. I was like, all right. I was like, I'm not injured whatsoever. And I was like really worried that she was like gonna like call an air marshal or something and be like, this guy could be dangerous or something like that. Like he's freaking mental or something. Obviously she was really cool, but it was really funny because she like told the rest of the crew that it was like all bullshit. And then I hope I'm not gonna get her in trouble either, but she said that it was the pilot's birthday. But it wasn't actually the pilot's birthday. It was just her pranking the pilot. So she actually made she hand drew a card and went around the plane and asked people to sign it. And I thought when she started doing that, I was like, okay, she totally gets where I'm coming from about being kind of fake, I guess. or the kind of the prank aspect of it. Obviously pranking a happy birthday card is nowhere near pranking being handicapped or disabled. And I guess that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video is, actually that would be a good podcast. And I might have Hillary join me for that one because I know that she's in a wheelchair. But what she thinks of being actually in a wheelchair and then casting on top of being in the wheelchair. Podcasting to come. That might be the title of this. I don't know. Obviously this will have to come off today. Today is kind of like a bonus day that I wasn't expecting to be casted, but I'll definitely have to cut this off today. And then, so I'm going to go do my civic duty, vote today, get my teeth cleaned, do some laundry, do some cleaning, do some organization. Just get my life together, really. Right? It's just so easy. Just blah, 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 blah. All right, guys. That's enough. Bye.